This here is Hasten Tobias Davis. He was born 6 days before the draft. He helped me grow up as a man, as a young man. Motivated me tremendously, I would say, and just really, helped me put in perspective to think about, him and others, like putting others before me. Such a blessing, man. I remember the first time me actually holding him, and it was just a different feeling, It's like you really can't explain it.
What's up, Raps fans? Welcome to another episode of Inside Open Gym. We're diving deep and recapping the latest episode of OG Fatherhood, focused around Terence Davis's welcoming his first baby boy into the world. TD, you're here with us today. Thanks for joining us, man. We miss you.
Yes, sir. Miss you guys too, man. Thanks for having me.
We also have Randy Urban, the producer of Open Gym, on this episode. Randy, what's up?
What's up, guys? How are you?
What's up, Randy?
And last but not least, the best dressed man on this podcast right now, repping the red and white of Liverpool FC. Our man Will Lou covering the Raptors for Yahoo Sports Canada. What's up, Will?
Good, man. How are you guys doing?
Good. Terence, let's start it off, man. I'll start with you. How was this past weekend spending time with your family?
It's been amazing, man. Seeing that the video come out Monday, man, it was just, I don't know, like my whole family was pretty much watching it. I went over my dad's house and he said, man, I just got done finished watching your video, man. He said, man, you almost made me cry. He got a deep voice. So it was pretty cool, just hearing that from him and seeing the expressions on some of my family members' faces. Just watching the video was pretty cool. But just enjoying them, spending time with them, and just seeing the smiles on their face, and just like I said, being around them just been everything. So I can't complain.
I want to go back to when you played in front of your mom against the Pacers in Indiana. Just kind of tell fans, what was that like to have Open Gym kind of capture that moment and also interview her? And also, what did she think about it?
I look at it as, that was her moment, for the fans kind of to get a glimpse of my mom and, for me to show this is my mom to the fans. And, like I said, that's what her moment. It just feel good when she had games.
I always knew he was special because as a kid, he always had a ball in his hand. So I knew it was going to be something, but I thought it would be football. I never dreamed that it would be basketball, but he's living out his dream and he's doing it. Growing up, I used to always tell her, like, Mom, like one day I'm going to go to the NBA and I'm going to be able to, buy you a house or something. You know how you're a little kid, man, like any other little kid growing up to be an NBA player. They tell their parents like one day they're gonna take care of them. And when I was little, I remember telling my mom many times, like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that for you. And just her watching me play in the NBA is just fulfilling because I told her, like, I'm gonna make it to the NBA, Mom, like, and like, just speaking things into existence. It's just, I don't know, man, like God has really bless me and bless my family. So I'm very thankful for that.
Now, you're a professional athlete. You've obviously been through a lot of interviews to this point by Will, by OG, even from us at Raptors Social. So your mom going through that interview, give her a grade. How'd she do?
She did pretty good for what I thought. She said she was really nervous. I asked her. She said she was nervous, man. But I thought she did. I thought she did all right, man.
We had your aunt on one time. She's not afraid.
No. And Judy, she's not afraid, man. I miss Aunt Judy, man. I haven't seen her since everything went down. She lives in Ottawa, so
yeah,
it'll be good to see her soon. She came to all the games, but yeah, she's definitely not afraid or shy of any moment.
Now, Open Gym, Terence, is like a little bit more in depth, a little bit more behind the scenes, and has a history of capturing like really key life moments with the Toronto Raptors players. When Open Gym approached you on your story, as a father, like, did you second guess it at all? Did you was there hesitancy on your part? And then what did you think about the process?
Well, at first it was because even now I don't have like my son on my social media, only because like I just like I put him on my social media a few times, not posting him, but like a snap story, and like people screenshot, do all that. I'm not a big fan of all that, man. I don't like, I want to enjoy my son, like just, him. I don't want people like just endorsing on, I don't know, like people screenshot him, they didn't say anything bad about him, but like, I don't know, he's 10 months, he's a child. So with that, when you came to me about it, that was, in my mind, but I had no problem, going on and going through with the video. I thought it was pretty cool, but that was just the only thing, sometimes when I don't know, like just when I posted him and people screenshot, I just thought that was weird. So that's why I just like don't post him, sometimes on my Instagram. Maybe on my Snap story, on my Snapchat, I post him a lot, being that it's more private, but Instagram, I don't, and Twitter, not too much.
Randy, how do you guys kind of navigate those, sensitive little nuances and when you're approaching athletes and covering this story? And then, as athletes bring you into such an intimate environment and setting, like what are the things that you as a crew with Open Gym are kind of keying in on?
Well, it's interesting when Terence says that. I mean, initially you don't think about what people can do negatively with something. I'm always thinking about it as this, great experience for him and for the fans to see, what kind of a guy Terence is, and as a family man, as a father and stuff. And then, when Terence, when you mentioned that it sort of reminds me again that people don't always look at things in a great way. So that's really neat that you mentioned that. But for us, I think you just prepare like it's any other shoot. We've had a relationship. We did that sneaker con shoot first, so that was kind of our introduction to each other, and then from there I think it's just easy to build off that. And obviously you letting us into your home like that is awesome for us. I don't look at it as here's a guy that's getting cheered on for thousands of fans every night. I look at it as a father letting us into his home, so you want to be respectful and then be able to show these like wonderful moments. And I think you were so candid and so open during that. And, to be honest, your answers about some of the things really surprised me too. So I thought while we were doing it, I thought, man, this is gonna be great for the fans. And then when you said just now that your family was, emotional watching it, like that's the best gift for us, But I think that it's going to be something great for you in the future, when your career's done, to look back at like, hey, look at this, look at when you were, just 10 months old, they're talking to your son. I think that stuff's really cool.
No, I definitely agree, Randy, man, for sure. It's definitely like, you don't, like, you guys coming into my home, that was, for me, that was, I was just honored for you guys to actually come in my home, like, just honored, like, Open Gym, camera crew, they want to come visit me, like, that's how I looked at it. And then, waiting until the story came out, just, patiently waiting, wanting to see, how everything played out. And, I actually liked everything. So, like I said, thank you again, man.
That's awesome.
It's, like, everything turned out pretty good. But, yeah, that was the only thing that, before we shot it, that was the only thing that I was worried about. But, I mean, his mom posted him, so I can't be too, can't be too strict about, certain things. So, but yeah, everything was good, man. I enjoyed it for sure.
Hey, and Will, you're kind of covering the team closely from a game-to-day standpoint through your publication. Obviously, there's like two levels of sports coverage. There's your newsworthy and the in-game stuff, and also the off-the-court stuff that Open Gym specializes in. When you're kind of following Open Gym's story, from your standpoint, and you see these guys in a different light. Does it alter anything for you and how you cover the team?
Yeah, in a really weird way, even though, like, as members of the media and covering the Raptors and stuff like that on the beat, like you are watching these guys so intently, but you focus so much on just strictly basketball. And, like, as much as these guys are basketball players and they're, like, the world's best basketball players, but, like, that's just a portion of their life, right? You don't get to see the other kind of stuff. And I think that's one thing that Open Gym does a really good job of, is sort of, like, paints these players as, like, full-on people. And that's something where I think, in terms of, not necessarily it's a critique of the media, it's just maybe it's a function of access or things like that, but it's just not as possible. Like, I'm not going to be going to Terence's house and seeing his little baby, but I think it's really cool, and I think it really allows, I think, just the fans to just see, like, a bigger picture of just who these people are. And I think this is something that Open Gym has done a really good job of, right? Like, Terence's story was really well told. And before this, I remember there were episodes with, like, CJ Miles and his, journey to being a father, and Fred Van Vliet. I remember an episode with him. Terence Ross, I think there was an episode where you guys went to see them celebrate a birthday party at, like, Palladium or something. So it's just really cool. You don't get to see these moments otherwise. And, that's really what Open Gym is there for. And I really appreciate you guys, just because otherwise these stories might not necessarily be told.
Well, Terence's story, I'll just interject, is so, like, for a documentarian, it's so unique in that you're a young man, you're younger than probably most fathers. You're at this, apex of your basketball life. You're about to start this crazy journey, and 6 days before you don't get drafted, you have a baby. And I'm just like, man, the story is just crazy in itself. And then when to hear you sort of say within that when you didn't get drafted, you felt you got comfort in knowing that, like, when you went home to your son. I thought that was just, like, really interesting. I think showing that side of people, because I think if I put myself in that situation, I would have been scared. I would have been, man, what do I do? You said it gave you strength, it gave you comfort, and then you just turned into, like, okay, time to provide. What do I got to do?
And this might be a nice segue here, Terence, to the next question. I remember when we came into the Raptors facility, some people from the marketing and myself from the digital team, we kind of did a little workshop with all you guys, talking about branding and everything like that. And just to let everyone know, Terence's team ended up winning that mini competition. And it was surrounded by a brand that you've already created, which is, the slogan, "Make 'em Believe." Tell the fans, about Make 'em Believe, and how did you come up with that for yourself?
I thought it was, some people call me TD3. That's where you heard Drake. He said TD3, and some people were like, "Oh, where you get TD3 from?" I was, that's what people called me in college, TD3. So I think I was a junior in college. I think it was after my junior year or something, and I just thought I wasn't getting the respect, or the respect, just to acknowledge, that I was, a good player. I didn't think I was getting enough attention, So in my bio, my Twitter bio, I wrote "Make 'em Believe," and I just left it there. And on certain posts, Instagram posts, Twitter posts, when I post at the game or something, I would say, "Make 'em Believe," and it just stuck with me throughout the process. And as the process kept going, I had to, I was a late entry into the G League Elite Camp. Like what? I was a late entry. I played well in that and got invited into the NBA Combine. Like, Make 'em Believe was perfect for that, like, whatever, everything that was going on. So, like, then I knew that God was doing something, special with me. Right now, I'm kind of going through, I'm going over, like, a new slogan. Like, I'm trying to make a new logo and things of that. So that's why it's kind of slow on the Make 'em Believe and all, just branding and probably clothing, So that's something that, Raptor fans, that I'm coming out with soon. So I want you guys to keep your heads up, keep your, antennas up for when they do come out. And man.
Breaking news here on Inside Open Gym, huh?
Yeah.
Release is coming soon. Okay. And you got some good people, some good teammates to steal some tips off of, don't you?
No doubt about that, man. No doubt about that. You know, just being around some of those guys, you know, like Norm and Fred with their, you know, logo and brand, like it just makes it easier for a guy like me. Like honestly, especially with what Fred has going, it makes it so much easier for me. Like he pretty much like the blueprint is laid out, you know.
Yep. And then
you gotta lead the league in brands.
Yeah, we do. We must lead the league in brands. Raptors. Terence, the interesting thing that you said there is that slogan ended up applying to the combine. I mean, and it also ended up applying to Vegas Summer League, right?
Right.
You really believe you belonged on an NBA roster after going undrafted. What was your kind of mental approach to continue to make that all come true, especially in that Summer League process?
Well, after the draft, you know, I deleted my social media, like Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter. I deleted everything. I didn't want anything to do with the outside world at that time. Like I just deleted everything, and I deleted everything until like I got to Vegas. Like as soon as I got to Vegas, I think I downloaded everything back. But like when I was in Denver working out, training for, you know, the Summer League, like I had no social media. It was just talking to my family, talking to my son and his mom. Like that's pretty much what it was. And you know, I think that was like the best thing I could have done. Just block out the outside world. You know what you have to do. You know what you come here to do, and that's to, you know, get on the NBA team. So that's what it was all about. So,
well, one thing you can't delete is box scores. And Will, sorry, you were obviously covering from back home in Toronto, Summer League, were you not?
Yeah. I was watching.
And even from social media buzz surrounding Terence, did you know of him? Did you hear of the box scores with Denver? And then what'd you make of it when the Raptors scooped him up and all of a sudden he's rocking a Toronto Raptors jersey for the squad in Summer League?
Yeah, I'm not gonna pretend like I was following the Denver Nuggets that hard in Summer League, but no. As soon as the Raptors signed him and things like that, like I immediately went to look at the highlight reel, the 22 points I think he had in that one game with Denver, and I was looking at like, hold on, why is this guy undrafted? Because there's a lot of guys that go undrafted, but like they have circumstances, like in a way I can see why someone like Fred will go undrafted because he's a little shorter, right? With Terence is like he's 6'4". It was pretty clear he could shoot. His jumper had improved from where it was at Ole Miss, and he had athleticism as well, and he could handle the ball. So why is he going undrafted in the first place? I didn't understand that part, and I think you only ended up playing 2 games with the Raptors at Summer League. But in those 2 games, I was like, usually with Summer League, you kind of get into like a little bit of skepticism, like, can I believe what I'm seeing, right? But there wasn't an actual obvious weakness in Terence's game that was like, okay, maybe he's athletic, but he can't shoot, or maybe he can't handle the ball. Like, none of these weaknesses existed. So what I was thinking was, the Raptors really just did it again. Like, it's unbelievable. I don't know how they keep doing it. Shout out to the scouting staff, but, Terence is a good one. And then, what I remember was in the summertime, you got to see those Rico Hines runs, and that's where, like, some of the best players in the world are playing. And Terence and the Raptors, I think you guys sound like 2 squads down there, but Terence, he held his own against some of the best players, and I was like, okay, so this is really real. And then now we're 64 games in, and
What stuck out at me was the box, filling up the sheet across the board.
Yeah.
Other guys do 1 thing, 2 things, but to see the rebounds, the points, and assists, kind of that high off the top. I think would you have 16, 5, and 5 in your first Summer League game
with the Raptors?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that was. I
think he had 4 steals too, actually.
Yeah, and I'm sitting there, I'm watching this kid. I'm like, okay, what makes him good? Like, and then that second jump. That's what. I'm like, I'm like, that second jump that you have. I'm like, all right, this kid can play. And then when you get like what Will was just saying, handling the ball, I thought was just a great asset that you had. You just looked in control, athletic, and can shoot it. It was like the total package. For a young guy, Will's right. Like, it wasn't something that was fool's gold in Summer League. Like, I felt like you could see it right from the beginning, and it's come to fruition that way. You just said 64 games. That's crazy, man.
It's crazy, man. Like, Rand, I would tell you this: ball handling was never like. That's always been something that I look to improve on, like, because I've never been just a guy who handles, you know, on the team. And when I got to the Raptors, they put the ball in my hand. They said, you might have to back up, you know, point guard, a little bit of shooting guard. Like, and with that being said, like, anytime I go to the gym now to put in some work, that's the first thing I'm doing. I'm a stretch, I'm a foam roll, and like, ball handling is the first thing I'm doing, because, like I'm 6'4", I'm not 6'7", I'm not 6'8". Like, I'm a guard. I have to dribble. So that's one of the things that I for sure I can say that since the draft process, like, I've really improved in that aspect, dribbling basketball and the shooting as well, because my numbers from college to the NBA has gone up tremendously. So I would definitely say those two things is something I really locked in and focused on during the draft process.
Man, Summer League seems like years ago. I mean, the season seems like ages ago, given the current situation. And Terence, you were coming off some of the best basketball of your career, just before this break. What are you missing most about the game right now?
Well, other than my teammates and the fans, man, just the environment, you know, just like our workspace, like the gym, the arena is our workspace. You know, that environment is what I miss pretty much. The fans, on the other hand, is, you know, obviously I miss them. You know, just sold out games pretty much every game, every home game, and you know, the teammates, some of the fellas, man, like, for sure miss being around them. So it's a little bit of everything, man.
What would it mean to kind of get your first chance to play some NBA playoff basketball?
That's honestly, man, that's what I've been working for since this quarantine been over. Like, I really had a chance to sit back and realize, you know, what's in front of me, the circumstances that's in front of me, the opportunity that's in front of me. Like, I really had time to reflect on it. So, man, just really having a chance to play in the playoffs is something that, you know, every NBA player wants and dreams of. Like, I believe in the playoff, that's where a guy makes his money. So an answer like Fred, he got MVP votes last year for the NBA Finals. So definitely, man, I'm definitely excited, you know, to start the season again. If it comes to that, and playoffs is something that I'm definitely ready for, and ready, you know, for that journey, and that, you know, that I would say that time, you know, to come in my career. So,
yo, Terence, you were telling a couple of reporters on a conference call like a couple of weeks ago that you know, one of the things with when you say you're working towards the playoffs is like you really want to earn that trust from the veteran guys and really, you know, show that you belong and prove, you know, what these guys like. When you say like earning the trust, like what more do you got to do?
I just feel like I know how it is. I get it. Like these guys just won the NBA championship, man. That's not like that's that's the ultimate goal. So these guys just won the NBA championship. I have to gain their trust. I have to gain everything in their power and everything in my will to gain their trust, so that when I'm in a game during these close times or important times, like every minute in the playoffs count. If I'm in the game, I want them to be like, all right, I can trust this rookie in the game. Like, that's all I want. That's all I want. Like, you know, that's what I mean when I say that. That's why I'm in the gym, because I want them to be able to trust me when I'm in the game. I don't want, you know, why is he in the game, coach? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like the work that I put in, like I want to gain their trust. Those guys, Kyle, he's a 14-year vet. I'm a rookie. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm in the game with Kyle, third quarter, 8 minutes to go, like 4 minutes to go maybe. Like, I want him to be able to trust me. That's all that is. That's what I meant by that. That's, you know, and like, I get it. You know, these guys just won the NBA championship, so I mean, you're gonna have to gain their trust. Like, if I just want to ship, some rookie come in, he got to gain my trust, no doubt about this. So that's all it is, man. That's all I was just, you know, meaning by that.
Terence, I know you've had, you know, you got the confidence, You know, you knew how good you were. I guess probably you were disappointed when you didn't get drafted, but you probably knew you were getting there one way or another.
Yeah.
Did you imagine it going this well?
Not exactly. Not exactly. I can't front and say that I did, but I will say this: throughout the whole process, I kept my faith in God. Like, regardless, He was gonna make sure that I was in a situation that I wanted to be in or that I could handle, you know. And the biggest thing that I get from the whole process, you know, not even just making, you know, people believe, is keeping faith, because with that faith, it goes a long way. Like, it carries you a long way. With faith comes confidence. With confidence just come like self-esteem. I think I don't know, man. I just think just having that faith in God and just knowing, you know what He's capable of, just, you know, just gave me I was just able to, you know, be comfort and be at peace, you know, just having, you know, the faith in Him.
All right. So I was doing some research about this for this call, and I read the story about, you know, when the Raptors, you guys were out in Japan playing in preseason against Houston, and I read the story about how you apparently talked some trash to Russell Westbrook. So what did you say to him, man? And how did he respond?
I was there. I heard it. I was courtside by the Houston
Okay.
TV. I heard it. But the one thing I remember, and I'll let you go first, but the one thing I remember is you also got to let people know how you answered that trash talk right by their bench, because I watched their faces in that one. You can let them know.
All right, so first game, man, I'm excited. Like, I'm in the NBA. It's preseason still. Like, I'm excited. You know, this my welcome to the league moment. Like, every rookie has one, I believe, and this was mine. I had two superstars. Like, yeah, this is mine. So Russ at the free throw line. I don't even know. I was talking to the ref, like, ref, you call that? Like, what is that? So Russ talking. I forgot what he said, but he stopped shooting his free throws, and he was like, "Who are you? Like, he was like, who are you? Like, who is this dude?" And like, just talking crazy. Like, I don't know, but this my welcome to the league moment. So we go up and down the court. Something else happened, and I don't know. Like, the ref said, "Y'all stop it before I get you a tick." And he was just like, "All right, ref, you can give me a tick. I don't think he can afford one." So that was just like crazy right there.
Wow.
Like, dang. So I don't think I said anything after that. After that whole game. So the next game we played, you know, we played the same team, played them twice in preseason. So we talk. He shoot a jump shot. It's broke. I said, "That's broke." I actually cussed. I don't want to cuss on inside. But he said that.
Oh.
I said, "That's broke." And then he missed it. I'm talking about, I think he missed it bad. I don't know. He came down. He said, "Now who said that?" And then nobody say nothing. But I think Rondé said something like, "Yeah, man, my man's, yeah," you know, just, you know, instigating the whole thing. So somebody at the free throw line for us down there on our end, and Russ said something. Russ said, "Man, tell him he got to make the team before he talk to me." He said, "Tell him he got to make the team before he talk to me." And then Russ was like, "Because if he don't make the team, then you know what?" And then James Harden butted in. He was like, "He got to beat it." And after that, man, I ain't say a word. Like, I didn't say a word, man. Them boys had it. That was my welcome to the league moment. I learned my lesson, man. I can't talk to these guys like this, these boys. Nah, it just ain't gonna happen. But no, that was my welcome to the league moment, man. It was pretty cool. It was pretty cool.
But I sat there, Terence, and I witnessed all that interaction. But you did answer back when you went down right by their bench and you crowned a guy right on his head.
I did. I think we was down that game, and I think I did that. We was down like 3 or 4, and then we ended up winning. But it was a preseason game, it didn't count. But that was definitely my welcome to the league moment for sure.
Now, guys, listen, I've taken up a lot of everyone's time here. We appreciate everyone. TD, thanks so much for joining us, man. And kind of, I mean, listen, obviously on social media, as my team is, you know, constantly every single day, all we hear is how much our fan base misses you guys. So things like this really, lifts spirits, and we appreciate you, sharing some really cool insights, some stories about your journey and your career this far. Thanks for joining us, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys for having me, man. I had fun today.
Randy, as always, production for Open Gym is top class. Thanks for joining us here for this conversation today. And Will Liu from Yahoo Sports Canada, you'll never walk alone, my man. We pray for basketball to come back and our Premier League soccer to come back as well. Thanks for all your coverage on the Toronto Raptors this season.
Appreciate it, man.
We also just wanted to send a big shout out to Open Gym producer Jeff Landicho, who just recently, with his wife Ariana, had a new baby boy, Shai. Congratulations, Jeff and Ariana. Wish you guys all the best. Stay home, stay safe, and we'll see you guys soon.